Hey you guys, what's up? It's Josh here, bringing you an update on Tuesday, July 21st over the next stimulus package. If you like this video, please remember to hit that subscribe button down below, and let's get into it. Alright, so let's get into it. So this weekend I was reading an article from the Wall Street Journal, and it was slightly tone deaf to the fact that America has poverty, and the people who have been impacted most widely by this whole, I'm gonna say Miss Rona because you can't say the real thing on YouTube or else you get put in a box. We know that those people are minorities. We know that those people are people who work lower wage jobs, maybe some unskilled labor, things like that. Now, that's not to say that everyone hasn't been impacted, because most certainly, in addition to those people, the middle class has been impacted, but those people have been impacted the most. Now, this article kind of went over the fact that the $600 unemployment benefit was ending, and everything that was going on with the economy. And I will say that since unemployment has been happening, the savings rate in the United States has gone up to 23%, which is very high. But obviously, if you have people out here getting these PPP loans and the EIDL loans, and you have people on unemployment and they're making more than they would, if they were working a regular job, then of course people are gonna have a little bit of savings, and that doesn't mean that that savings is going to last them, for more than a month or two. Because before the whole thing happened with this world public health crisis, we knew that most Americans could not afford a $1,000 emergency expense. Whatever that expense is, most Americans could not afford to pay that bill without going out to get, a personal loan, or charging it on a credit card, or, asking family for money, something like that. So I wanted to go into this article and kind of dissect it and go through the points that they were making. And so starting out, this is a mother who lives in Flint, Michigan. Now keep in mind that Flint, Michigan still does not have clean drinking water. People and children are being born there every day, and they are being forced to take a bath in water that is not safe for drinking. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to put something on my body and have that water running over my body if it's not safe for drinking. That's incredibly terrifying, and honestly, it's kind of unsafe to do that. So this mother was a chef in Flint, Michigan. She made $550 per week. It was talking about how she was making more on unemployment, and we know that a lot of economists have said, this is forcing people to sit inside their homes and basically not go back to work. Now, on the flip side of that, we have a lot of economists who have said the exact opposite, and they've said, what person in their right mind would sit in their house, draw unemployment, and not care if they had a job to go back to or not? So personally, I am pro people, and I don't think that people are doing that, because that doesn't make a lot of sense if you're sitting in your house and you're collecting unemployment, although it might be nice to get a few extra dollars than what you're used to, but eventually you're gonna need a job to go back to, because these benefits are gonna be gone. And so this mom was able to amass, I think, a savings account of $1,500. Now this is very sad, because please keep in mind that while $1,500 is quite a sum of money, in the whole reality of things, it's truly not. Because what happens if you had to get your roof replaced, or your car broke down and you needed a new transmission, or you need a new heat pump? I mean, all of those things are going to be like, $1,000 or more. So if she had some sort of extenuating circumstance, that money would virtually be gone in the event that she had to use it. Now, secondly, it was talking about how she had done that and how many Americans had profited off of the coronavirus and things, these stimulus cares packages that were put together. I just don't believe that. That's incredibly insensitive. Right now, what we have going on in America is basically a mass crisis. People were not able to be evicted from their homes, basically essentially from March until now. And the courts are opening back up, and we're seeing a lot of different things. We're in a very precious time right now because these benefits are going to expire. Evictions are going to rise, and people are going to be out of money. And so I just wanted to talk about the article. I'll definitely link it down below for you guys, but I felt like it was very insensitive because the people who really need the extended unemployment benefits are the people, the single moms like this lady who was sitting in her house, not sure what was going to happen. At the end of this month, her unemployment benefits could be taken away, the extended ones anyway. And she said that if she had to, she and her 2 daughters could make the $1,500 last for 2 months. Now, I don't know about you, but my rent is almost $2,000 a month because I live in a city. And it might be a little bit different than living in Flint, but there are also single parents who live here in Atlanta that are in the same situation. And to go off of that, there's single parents who are living in your town all across the United States who are in the same situation. So with that being said, I wanted to encourage everyone to go ahead, call your representatives, let them know how you feel about this, because I truly think it's something that we need to take a look at, and we need to A, extend, or B, maybe cut it down a bit, not too much, but you need to give these people something, and there does not need to be a lapse in benefits because it's really going to affect the economy as a whole. But secondly, I also obviously wanted to give you guys an update on how everything's going right now with the next stimulus package. Today, we saw an infamous picture of Senator Mitch McConnell wearing a tan suit. Everybody's all up in arms about the tan suit. In the Oval Office with Donald Trump, Steven Mnuchin, a bunch of other advisors, and they were all trying to get everything together for the package. We know that they have stated that they want money for schools, to get the schools back open on a non-modified plan. They want the kids there on a regular schedule and no modifications to that. They want workers back to work, and they want workers back to work immediately. In addition to that, they also reiterated the payroll tax cut. So all of these things are super interesting. I can't wait to see what they actually do, because I'm not so sure that the Democrats are keen on a payroll tax cut. Now, I will quote Kevin McCarthy from today. He said, "We want to make sure that people are able to get back to work, and those who are not, that they are protected going forward. But I don't think it's proper that the federal government pay somebody more not to work." Now, that quote is, like I said earlier, I read about the Wall Street Journal. The Republicans have a big issue with people making more money than they would if they were staying, on their regular job. I don't know how they're going to do this, considering that the unemployment system has a lot of issues in itself right now, but it'll be really interesting to see what they do moving forward. Now, a widely debated fact of this next package is that there was about $20 billion allotted from the GOP's plan to go ahead and give to contact tracing, testing, and then treatment. Now that has been cut down to $5 billion. The White House does not want $20 billion for that. Why? I'm not really sure, because we are in the middle of a global health crisis, and we're shattering records every day. But at this point, it looks like that's going to be a very widely debated piece of the next package. In addition, there have been numerous reports coming out of the White House and from others stating that the CDC funding will be cut. Now, there has also been a lot of backlash and people saying that that's simply not true. It'll be really interesting to see whether it is true or not true. We do know that last week, the Department of Health and Human Services is now managing all the data related to COVID-19 cases as opposed to the CDC. But we still need the CDC because they're basically the parent of all of this, combining all of the information that we know, putting out public health guidelines along with a number of other things. So with all of this being said, if you haven't taken advantage of the Paycheck Protection Program or the EIDL loan, please remember to look those things up, get your data in there, get that loan, because those programs are going to be ending soon. The EIDL grant is now over, so you can no longer take advantage of that, in case you see one of my earlier videos. But definitely take advantage of those programs. It could offer a great incentive. If you haven't already signed up for unemployment and you're eligible, you need to do that before the end of the month so that your benefits can be backdated. Lots of things to remember here. Just make sure you're on it, because they will not backdate that after July 31st, and it's going to be way more difficult to get it, I personally believe. All right, guys, that's our video for this morning. I will see you guys maybe later this afternoon. I hope everybody has a good day. If you like this video, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Helps me beat the algorithm. I will see you guys soon.